Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for June 5th. June 5th is the 156th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 157th in leap years, with 209 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is portmanteau. Portmanteau can be a noun or an adjective. The word itself, portmanteau, comes about by combining the French words porter, which means to carry, and manteau, which means cloak, and originally referred to a large traveling bag or suitcase with two compartments. A single one of these is spelled as you see it, Portmanteau, and if you have two or more of them, the plurality would be indicated by adding the letter X at the end rather than an S. Language is constantly evolving and often in such interesting ways. As the original meaning of portmanteau referred to a suitcase with two equal parts, over the centuries, portmanteau came to be the name of a word composed of two different words combined to form an easier way to express a concept. For example, is it a late breakfast or an early lunch? How about brunch, a new word that encapsulates elements of both original terms? A smoky fog? Smog. Have you ever traveled and stayed at a roadside hotel designed for motorists? Motor plus hotel equals motel. A device that combines the design of a spoon and a fork is known as a spork. The portmanteau for the words breath and analyzer is breathalyzer, a device used to measure the alcohol content in a person's breath. Someone who needs to make an estimation based on an educated guess without necessarily having all the facts at hand might give it a guesstimate. Some more 20th century portmanteaus include hangry, which expresses the irritation one might exhibit when hungry. Hungry plus angry is hangry. Others are podcast, chillax, frenemy, cosplay, infomercial. We could go on and on with these. Even the popular vehicle brand Jeep comes to us from a blend of GP, which was military shorthand for general purpose vehicle. Who could have guessed it would come to be the name of an automotive brand name? Email, a portmanteau of electronic mail. It's hard to stop coming up with these, but we have to move forward here. So put in the comments some portmanteaus that you know of or can think of. As you can see, the creation of portmanteau words is a playful and creative aspect of language evolution, often leading to the birth of terms that become integral to everyday speech, enriching our vocabulary and enhancing our ability to communicate nuanced concepts with ease. First known use of the word portmanteau is in the 1550s. Portmanteau. Portmanteau was suggested by Odyssey viewer Easy9. Thanks, Easy9. That was fun. And if you have a word you'd like to suggest for this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, the P.S. Frontenac was a steamboat propelled by a steam engine that drove a paddle wheel to move the boat. Frontenac was built by American contractors for some Canadian businessmen and was launched on June 5, 1816. She conducted regular runs across Lake Ontario between a couple of Canadian destinations. Unfortunately, the population couldn't quite support this enterprise in a profitable manner. The Frontenac ran regular routes for about 8 years before being sold to a new owner who unfortunately was also not able to operate profitably, and the Frontenac was taken out of service in 1827. This is the birthday of the late actor Robert Lansing. Born Robert Howell Brown on June 5, 1928 in San Diego, he acquired the professional name of Robert Lansing when he joined the Actors Equity Association. They already had a Robert Brown, though, so he took a name change and became Robert Lansing. He served 2 years in the U.S. Army, has done radio work and acted in stage plays, movies, and television. While he's played many parts, he's probably best known for his role as Brigadier General Frank Savage in the first season of the TV series 12 O'Clock High, which ran on the ABC network from 1964 to 1967. I counted 19 movie parts, 26 theater roles, and over 100 roles in television, series, and shows. Known for his rugged good looks, commanding stage presence, and a strong, powerful voice, Robert Lansing lived to the age of 66. We have a playlist of episodes for this day in history, as well as a playlist of single subjects called How About That? And words of the day in a playlist called There's a Word for That, all right here on this channel, and I'll leave links to those playlists for you in the description. Now, we've talked before about Leon Russell and Joe Cocker and the loosely assembled group of studio musicians known as the Wrecking Crew, and today's song is related to all three of those. Mad Dogs and Englishmen by Leon Russell is listed as a single from Leon's album Leon Russell and the Shelter People, and the 1971 documentary film of Joe Cocker's 1970 tour, also called Mad Dogs and Englishmen. The documentary was named after a song by Noel Coward that was first performed in 1931. Joe Cocker's management had gotten him a U.S. tour booked, and all of a sudden he found himself without a band. He needed a band in order to move forward. Through a network of connections in the business, Joe was put in touch with Leon Russell and Leon's connections with the Wrecking Crew. We've mentioned the Wrecking Crew before. They were a loosely assembled group of studio musicians who have played on many hit records as instrumental backup. Well, Leon was able to gather over 20 musicians, a backing choir, and of course himself on lead piano. Leon was able to get a camera crew to go along, and the ultimate result of this is the Mad Dogs and Englishmen documentary film. You can find clips of the documentary on YouTube, and it may be available out there somewhere for streaming, but the only way I was able to find the whole movie was for sale on DVD or VHS. This tour and the resulting documentary movie, though, gave both Joe Cocker and Leon Russell the exposure that would serve as a springboard to phenomenal success for both of them. A situation that probably felt like the end of everything at first turned around to be a great and amazing opportunity for Joe Cocker and Leon Russell and many others, as well as provide entertainment for millions of us in the years since. The Ballad of Mad Dogs and Englishmen by Leon Russell, link in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.